In this video, we will discuss an overview of cross-sections. If you'd like to follow along with this video, please open the file cross-section-overview.dwg located in the training folder as discussed in the Working with this Dataset video. Cross-sections are used to examine existing and proposed surface elevations as well as objects sampled across an alignment at defined station intervals. In Civil 3D, section data is defined and displayed using sample lines, sections, and section views, all of which are managed through something called a sample line group. An alignment can have more than one sample line group associated with it, each having a unique set of sample lines and sections. Sample lines live under the alignments category, under the alignment name itself, and here's a sample line group called SL collection. You have the sample lines, the sections, and the section views. So let's talk about the different object types that are involved with these groups. So first we have the sample line itself. The sample line follows the alignment and will control what gets displayed in the section view. The section view is the actual grid view as well as the object itself and everything contained within it. Notice when this object is selected, a blue group appears. If you move this object, everything within the section view will move along with it. You then have section objects, like this section of the existing ground. You have other objects like corridor sections. This is the actual corridor object displayed in the section view. You can also display other object types, for instance, your pipe network objects, as well as, if we look here down below, we have an example of an existing electric line which is projected onto the section view and labeled as well. Of course, what's great about the sample lines and section view objects, if you change any of these sample lines, it'll resample across the section view that is associated to it, thereby updating everything within the section view. Let's examine the settings and styles associated with all these different object types. In the Settings tab, we first have Sample Lines. The sample line is fairly straightforward and simply controls what gets displayed in the plan view. If we double-click the sample line style, you'll notice that in the Display tab, it's a pretty simple thing of telling Civil 3D what to display in the plan and model views, and of course what layer those objects should go on. You then have the label styles for the sample line, which control what gets displayed on the sample line. In this case, you'll notice we have the actual stationing there. If we change the sample line to a different station, not only will this update the actual section view, but of course it's going to update the station label as well. Then we have the section. Don't forget the section is simply the grade line of the surface you would like to display for it. In here, notice how we have existing and finished ground, as well as a node display. So if we double click this one, it's a pretty simple, straightforward style, and it controls the display of the components and the layer those components should go on. The section view is a little more involved in that it controls, very similar to the profile view, many different aspects of the grid. You can tell it an exaggeration if you'd like one, where you want to clip things, the annotation of the title, and of course, how you want the horizontal and vertical axes to be defined. And then the Display tab controls all of the different subcomponents and what layer those subcomponents should go on to display the section view. There are a few additional styles for plotting your cross-sections. You'll notice this one called Group Plot Styles, which controls how you want the section views to be plotted in an array within your drawing. Later on, we're going to discuss how to actually plot your section views so that you can ready them for a plan set. The label styles are also used to control how you want the labeling to be applied, as well as any band styles that display things such as existing and finished grade elevations and so on. And of course, you have table styles to do material volumes and volume calculations within each section view. Don't forget what's controlling the actual corridor section view is the code set style. So remember, under the general category, multi-purpose styles, we have code set styles to display what we want in the different views. The section view is one of those views, and when you create a sample line group, you apply a code set style to that sample line group, and then it applies it to the corridor section view. Within the code set style, you can also control what part of the corridor model gets actually annotated. As you can see here, we have annotated our daylighting, some offset elevations, as well as the roadway. This is a really powerful way to control what gets labeled where compared to labeling a section which displays every segment that crosses a triangle leg.